Oh my. Alrighty. So, guess what we are doing today? We are going to talk about really how 2022 felt like it went for you and what you would like to accomplish in the new year. And yeah, I mean, I know that it feels like every year we kind of get on the ship of, hey, like, is it possible that we can just, kind of move on into the new year and not let the January mark feel as though it is something, that needs to be really pressured, and that's really true. And also, you are absolutely allowed to be excited about the new year and the idea of a fresh page and whatever that means to you. And I love a fresh page. I love stationery, quite literally. I know that I also like attract stationary people. I still have my carpal tunnel thing, which will like literally play into this. So I want to let you know that it is okay to be excited about a fresh page and a fresh planner. And I think a lot of us really do like the idea of planners, maybe more so than we really do anything about them. I was someone who noticed that I would always buy a planner. I love going shopping for planners and touching the pages and really like experiencing the joy of what it means to go out and prepare for a new page, a new chapter, a new beginning, and this opportunity of what I can be. Really, that's what it is. It's what life can become, this positive, hopeful feeling. And then I would realize that it didn't really matter when, but it's a certain point the planner would fall off. My participation in the planner would deteriorate, and it would become this pressured feeling, kind of like a diary of, oh, I'm not doing it. And therefore, then I felt like I was like a failure in this way. I felt like I wasn't a good planner person. It felt like this was some sort of um, thing that felt like a really negative experience almost. And this thing that I thought was so fun at first became something that was no longer fun. And then it would be like all of these blank pages were like representative of how bad I was, this thing that I was supposed to feel really good about. And I know that I'm not alone in that. I know that there's this weird like planner shaming kind of thing that happens. And I was like, why is it that I don't really like doing this? What is it about this feeling of a planner that is so exciting at first, and then it's just not anymore? And it's because I get really resentful about the planning aspect of it. That's what it is. I get really excited about how much I can plan, and how much I can do. And then I get bogged down and overwhelmed by how much I feel like I have to do. And I think that we are all in a place in adulthood of feeling this resentfulness of responsibility of being an adult. We didn't really realize what it was going to be like of being an adult when we were a child. No one can really explain that in a way, even if we really tried, of the level of comprehension of what it would mean to be an adult, that you have to like pay all of these bills and wash walls, and just like the fact that things get sticky in ways that you just didn't understand, and the level of nuance that there is in being an adult. I don't need to explain it to you. You just know now, and it feels wearing down. It feels a level of jaded that is difficult to avoid, quite honestly. And that is why part of my job, most of my job, is fueled by the idea of being a merriment maker, that I need to embody joy, create joy, and spread joy. Now, the planner is something that I didn't see that existed. I was like, I'm noticing that I drift off in planning, and I do love planning. I love knowing what's going to happen. I love knowing that I'm going to like be able to create action and change in my life. But also, that's not everything about me. That's not everything that exists in life. That shouldn't be everything. It shouldn't just be what I have to do. These things that feel boring, these things that feel mundane, these things that feel mediocre and tedious. I do get a sense of satisfaction from going to doctor's appointments and taking care of my health and participating in responsible, quote unquote, grown up things. And also, I am part of an inner child that you are also a part of. And that part of us wants to come out and play. And if we don't give that voice, our inner child, a place to celebrate and roam around and have fun, then we will always feel a space of cognitive dissonance. And that's where we get into trouble. So I realized that the only way for me to enjoy a planner was for me to actually make the thing that I didn't see. And that was this. So basically, this is just not just doing the things that feel responsible, not just doing the things that we know we do need to do, because there is a balance. There is a balance between what we will need to continue to do if we want to continue to stay alive and see success. And there's so much of the ways of success that we define that are boring. They really are. They are mundane and tedious and repetitive and responsible and not things that our inner child is excited about. And also, we need to create space for our inner child to be excited, because if we're not satiating both our adult and inner child voices, then we cannot fully be happy, because both of those voices are a part of us. So this planner is a combination of both of those things. So let me show you what's up in here. I first published this in 2020, and who knew that was going to be the year where we actually would probably need this the most to begin. But basically, here, let me just show you what it looks like in here. So the first, oh god, the one that I'm recording, if you're not on Facebook, is there's a green screen and it's like it's funny looking. Okay, we'll find the balance here. Oh my goodness, I just disappeared. Okay, so we've got one page that's like an affirmation with like clip art, and then we've got a bucket list for the first month. So this is like ideas for things that you can do every month, and these are just fun ideas. I mean, some of them are ways. I mean, there's a combination of ways to be compassionate. There's a combination of ways to play and have fun. But mostly they are, I mean, there's some adult things, organization and things, but I think these are parts of us. They're all parts and ways that we can satiate different aspects of ourselves. Now, then we have a month spread, because I know everybody is different in the way that they enjoy writing things out. I'm not really a month calendar kind of person, but I love to include this just for everyone. And we've got these like little psychedelic things every month, these little psychedelic spreads here. And there's a month spread, and then there's an additional affirmation here. And they're all fun sounding, all the affirmations. Like this one says, I exist on purpose. And then we've got a space for goals and due dates every month. And then we have like there's a different prompt every month at the top of the goal spread, the month spread, which says, what one word do I want to focus on for 2023? But that's going to be different for every month. And then the next page, you'll see that we start to go into the weekly spreads. Now, this is a large notebook. I did this on purpose. I know that this isn't going to fit into your clutch, but it's not really supposed to. You can obviously take it with you wherever you go. You can take anything with you. But this is meant to be large because I want you to be able to write in a lot of things. I want you to be able to write both your schedule as well as your gratitude, as well as your doodles, as well as your notes and your thoughts and your feelings. This is supposed to be a catch-all for everything that you experience in a year. And every single day there is a prompt for what you could possibly do. You don't have to do anything, but you can. There are different ideas for what is possible here. So we've got a different clip art every day for and then the corresponding unusual holiday that correlates, which is, you know, a different thing that you can remind yourself that exists. That's really beautiful. It's really great. I'm hoping that this is like large enough. I don't really have like a large view here. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Are we still so many things happening at once. I'm trying to make sure that this is, I'm gonna have to, there we go. Okay, so then we've got, you can comment here if you're confused about anything. Okay, so then we've got a space at the bottom of every single week that says currently blank. And then I've filled in the blank for each week, and every week is different. So it'll say like currently smelling, currently drinking, currently feeling, currently realizing, currently something. So every week you're prompted to feel into a different part of yourself. And you can fill this space up with anything that you know, anything, any way that you interpret it. And it goes on for a week from Sunday to Saturday. And then at the end of every week, you have space for you to fill in weekly merriment, which is basically just magical things you experienced, gratitude moments, happiness moments. Okay. And that goes on for every week. And then we get into the last week of the month. And then you have a place for top 10 things about that month. And then at the bottom, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prompts for you to journal about, essentially. And there's space for you to do as much as you'd like. And you can also obviously continue that into somewhere else if you're a long writer. But basically, all of these are different, and they're different for every single month. So you have 5 times 12, 60 different prompts for the entire year. And then it repeats the pattern into the next month. Okay, so the idea here is that by using this, you are getting, and this is at uncustomary.org/2023 planner. Now, the idea of this is that, and it does look like a rainbow, like the outside, because every single thing is different. So it looks like a beautiful little rainbow. The idea of this is that if you participate in this, that you will experience the joy of, at the end of the year or at the end of the week or at the end of the month, looking back and seeing your accomplishments, your joy, your celebration, and your feelings, your documentation of that experience, of that time, without really needing to do much. I've like created a space for you to notice what's happening. And I'm only really prompting you to look at the greatness, right? Now, it's not in a way to like, you know, bypass anything. I mean, it's not, well, that's not true. I'm not only prompting you to look at the greatness. There are deeper questions about like, what did you realize? What is limiting beliefs? What are things to move through and pass through and let go of and move through, but in a way that is positive. And the point is that you are able to find a way to look back at this book and be like, oh my God, this is what I did. You know, sometimes I think that at the end of the year, at this time in December, at the end of the year, we can look and say, what did I do? What happened this year? February and January from last year seem like deeply far off. And it's like, did I do anything? Did I feel anything? Did I accomplish anything? And there's so many people making like highlight reels and things, and maybe they're just like really good at editing. I don't know, but it can feel really daunting. There can be like a huge imposter syndrome that comes out, and you can feel like I didn't accomplish the goals that I set out to do. And it can feel just like you didn't do enough. And there's always that feeling. There's always a voice inside of you that says that you probably aren't where you thought you were going to be. And honestly, I'm going to let you know a little secret. Everyone feels that way. Literally everyone, including the most successful person and the person that you idolize and your biggest icon right now in this moment at the end of the year or on their birthday or at any point, if you ask them if they think that they're as far along as they wanted to be at this moment in time, I'm going to tell you that they think that they're not, that they want to be further. And The point of this is to celebrate where you're already at and to acknowledge where you already are. So if you participate in this, even if you miss a month, even if you miss 6 months, if you fill out even just a week of every month or a day here and there, you will have the opportunity to look back and say, wow, I did some pretty great things. And it's also giving you ideas of things to do. If you don't feel like you have the mental capacity or the creativity or the ideas or inspiration to think of things to do outside of the box, you have 10 ideas every month of ideas to do, as well as a creative idea to do every single day, a topic to celebrate every single day. And oh, I forgot, there's a weekly challenge every single week as well. So there's a self-care challenge every single week, and every month I give you, or every week, there's also like little self-care challenges every day. Just like add something new to your vision board or make sure you're hydrating. The weekly challenges are up here at the top of the week above the Sunday. So this one says like, have a crafternoon, spend an entire afternoon making something, invite friends over if possible. And then the little like self-care reminders will just be like written here in blue. And they'll say something like, say no to something that you don't want to do today. It's just little reminders. I'm here with you the whole year. The whole year. It's really great. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best things that I've ever made. And besides like deep coaching and shadow work, this is a humongous merriment making tool that you can have with you uncustomary merriment making at all times. And I love it. I love it so much. It's something, I mean, I'm going to read you reviews from just the first one, which this has been redone and made better, but I'm going to read you some reviews from the first one. Let's see. I'm not usually a planner person, but so far I'm loving this planner. It's full of little reminders to be mindful of little magical things in life. My favorite little bit so far is the currently box, currently smelling. What a little funny little snapshot of my week. This planner is an excellent companion for my goals to spend time and energy on the things that matter to me. I adore how each month has its own color, making it easy to skip ahead to pencil in reminders down the road. There's so much thought and love put into this whole design. It looks cute and it's sitting on my kitchen table ready. I love that it's flexible and lightweight despite having some chunk to it, which is plenty of space for writing. It might not be super portable, but it sure works great for scheduling inner work time. Exactly. I mean, there's so many reviews. I recently got your planner. It's amazing. What a treat. I've been so stressed out at work, and it's a bright light to remember to celebrate every day. You've truly created something magical. I've been enjoying mine. It's helped me focus on areas of care I care about the most, but it's the small thing. Having months of color coded has been super helpful to me. It's all about the details. I love your planner. Thank you so much for the time, energy, and your whole glittery self that you put into making it. You make a difference. You are so inspirational to remind me and to do many other things to enjoy that life is so worth living. Loving my planner this year. Did you know January 2nd was Answer Your Cat's Questions Day? Such a colorful, fun planner. There is so much space to write out your plans and plenty of prompts and intentions, celebrations every day and week. I love this book. This planner is beautiful. The paper is high quality and it's obvious a lot of love and care went into its creation. Life is so much more fun with this planner. So far this year, I have rediscovered jigsaw puzzles, had a rose quartz and charcoal face mask, started a new cross stitch project, experimented with balloon decor, watched March of the Penguins 1 and 2, worked on penguin cross stitch, and tried calligraphy. I mean, that's really what I want. Honestly, like that's what I want is for you to go out and use this as like a way to experience life. I love that review so much. It's like, yeah, I actually like use this and I was like, oh, cool. So it's Wonder Woman day. I'm gonna go watch Wonder Woman movie. It's leave the office early day. Bye. It's go barefoot day. I'm gonna go put my feet on the earth. It's learn about composting day. Oh, I wonder what I can do. Learn about composting. And honestly, I really try to pick holidays. I mean, there's so many different holidays every single day, but I try to pick a holiday every day that has something actionable about it. Something that you can do, something that's very clear of like, there's a verb inside of it, something where you can just like think on your own without me needing to say like, here's what you can do. you can just, like, this one says talk like Shakespeare Day. Oh goodness, what could you possibly do to celebrate that one? You know what I mean? Like, I wanted you to know how to do it. Like, I mean, some of them, like Alien Day, but like, you can figure out how to do that. There's so many ways to do that, right? You can watch an alien movie, you can like dress like an alien. There's so many different ways. But tell a story day, poem in your pocket day, pigs in a blanket day, I feel like you can figure these out, you know? I tried really hard to make sure that like this made sense in a way that wasn't too abstract to get your feet wet, you know? And let me read you some questions from the end of the end of the book, or the end of the month, the journaling questions. What person did you feel the most connected to this month? What was the most amazing thing that your body let you experience this month? What did you knock out of the park this month? What had to get pushed back to the back burner because of unexpected circumstances? What unexpected new thing did you allow into your life that brought you joy? So there's all sorts of questions, and each month I kind of focus a little bit on a theme, but honestly, it's all good. It's all good. So this planner, my boyfriend said, instead of just good, it was really good. My dad said, "Oh, did you make that?" My best friend said, "Oh, it's so good." You know, and honestly, this is better than not a planner. And it gave me carpal tunnel. So buy it so that I can pay for my my copays for going to physical therapy. Mostly kidding, but not. And I don't know, life is cool and it's better than being dead. This planner is for sure better than not having one. And celebrating your life is for sure better than not celebrating it. And I made a little poll. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to tell you that it is 100% like, did you feel like you celebrated 2022 enough? Can you honestly tell me that like it was the most celebrating that you could have done? Do you feel satiated with the amount of celebrating you did for yourself and your life? Or do you feel like you could use a little more celebrating and play? Answer in the poll if you can see it in the little Facebook thing. And if you're not and you're watching this somewhere else, then just let me know however you can. Or just let yourself know by getting a planner. Uncustomary.org/planner. It is available by print on Amazon only, and it is available internationally. And if you have a problem finding it for your country, let me know. There are 2 countries where the fancy paper wasn't available, but I do have a trick for you to get it. It won't be the fancy paper, but it will be paper. So if you are in, I believe it's Australia or Japan, this might be the 2 countries that Amazon can send to you, but it just like won't be the fancy paper. So if you have a question about finding that, then hit me up. I'm not going to make it widely available, but just DM me. Okay. So I love you, and get this planner. It is my heart. Okay. Have a great rest of your 2022.